friends, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies and television. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around. And now for some movie news, reviews, and pop culture discussion. This week, we learned that there's going to be a prequel to the movie Orphan in the works. Now, that's not one I ever saw. Did you?
Yes, it's terrible.
Oh, it was?
Oh, yes. If I have to rate it, I'd go with a 1, maybe a 2. It's very odd.
Oh,
I even
wow.
bought the DVD.
Did you buy it before we're watching
Yes,
it?
yes, I did.
Oh.
I was not a fan. So maybe the second one could be better because it's only uphill from here.
Right, and this is a prequel, so maybe learning more about why she came to be how she is will help it.
Which would make sense.
So it will be the same actress, so I guess we'll see, how that goes.
Okay.
That's funny. Also, Gerard Butler will be back in the 4th installment of the Fallen franchise, titled Night Has Fallen. Now, I have seen all of these movies.
Wow, I have not.
Have you seen any of them? Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen,
No.
Angel Has Fallen,
No.
nothing. Okay.
Have not.
Okay. They're actually very entertaining. Now, the storyline in number 2, London Has Fallen, wasn't that great, but I still enjoyed watching it.
Oh, good.
So.
It's very action-packed.
Right.
Which is right up your alley.
That's true. So I can't wait to see where they're going to take Night Has Fallen. I just can't believe it's gone on this long. That's not something you thought would happen with that particular series, but...
Well, I'll definitely add that to my list because I think that I definitely would enjoy watching those. So I just haven't. So
yeah, I think you would enjoy it. So also, there's going to be a third film of A Quiet Place coming out. It is going to be a new director, so no more John Krasinski. But apparently the storyline is from him. He just won't be directing it. So that's good. And then, of course, you'll still have Emily Blunt in there. So, and number 2, got pushed back till next year. So... hopefully that one when it comes out, hopefully in theaters.
I really enjoyed 1, so I am looking forward to number 2. And maybe 3 will be out by the time number 2 comes out. We don't know.
Right, you don't know. Now that's one I've never seen. I need to get on that and watch it, but I just have not done that yet. Also, we learned that Fantastic Beasts 3 has now been pushed back to 2022 because they have to recast Grindelwald. Now, those who don't know, that was the Johnny Depp character in the movie, but he was... let go, and so they now have to recast him. They did look into having Colin Farrell come back since he played him in the first one before it was revealed to be Johnny Depp, but unfortunately he's in filming the Batman right now, and so he's not free to do so. They are looking, though, at Mads Mikkelsen. He's the gentleman who was playing Hannibal in the TV series version of that.
Oh,
so
yes.
I think he'd probably be pretty good. I like him as an actor, so...
Well, this is really disheartening because I am a Fantastic Beasts fan. Well, of course, as well as Harry Potter, which everyone knows.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, and that does really bum me out about Johnny Depp because he is definitely one of my favorite actors.
It is too bad. I don't know. That should have come about a different way, but I guess we can't do anything about that now.
Right.
Neither here or there. Also, Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is producing a reboot of The Scorpion King. Now, to this, I have to say I don't know why, because to me that was not that great of a film.
I agree.
It's a little weird.
I agree. I was not a fan.
I remember it had direct-to-DVD sequels. Never saw them. I maybe the movie did better than I thought. Box office wise, the story was stupid compared to The Mummy. It just
right.
Yeah, it wasn't that. So I don't know why he's doing that, but okay, all right, we'll see how that goes. Also, Hillary Burton is going to join The Walking Dead as, is it Negan or Negan wives? Negan. Okay, That's a show I don't watch. I wasn't sure how to pronounce his name. And so for those who don't know, she is married to the actor in real life. So I think that'll be cute.
And they are a beautiful couple,
right?
In my opinion. So I think that's really great. I was a huge Walking Dead fan, and it kind of lost me. Mm-hmm. With that season that Negan was introduced, and now I'm hearing some of my favorite cast or characters have now been killed off, which we know they're famous for doing that surprise killing.
Right.
And anyway, so yeah, it just kind of lost me. And I I have thought about going back and picking that up and watching it from that episode. So, yeah, I haven't heard much about it from other people, and I kind of feel like I need to get some input. So, comments are welcome.
So you just didn't like the character, but obviously you're a fan of the actor, right?
Oh, gosh, I love him.
It was just the character was kind of like, huh?
Yeah, he's crazy. He's probably one of the worst ones yet on The Walking Dead, in my opinion.
Oh, geez. Oh, I guess they have their spinoff of that's been airing. I forgot what it was called, but now about I guess the kids of the show or something as like not grown-ups, it's teenagers now. Like it's about the kids and going off on their own.
Oh.
Yeah. I think it's called Beyond the Walking Dead, I want to say.
Fear the Walking Dead?
Nope, that's a different one.
Right, that is a different one.
Right, there's so many.
So I just thought I would bring that up because I actually enjoyed Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Again, it went away and, came back as a new season, and I did not continue watching. So I would like to continue watching that one, though. That's a good one. I thought it was good. Definitely not as good as The Walking Dead, but I thought it was getting better.
Well, that's good, especially if The Walking Dead was starting to go downhill for you.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, and it was the prequel to The Walking Dead, so it was like where it was, how the whole virus came about, where it started. So kind of like the coronavirus. That's kind of what's happening right now.
Right? Hopefully we don't all turn into The Walking Dead
We're
later.
going to be zombies. I told you it was coming.
Maybe the vaccine would actually turn us into zombies versus...
You
never know.
There's,
versus
it's 2020. You don't know.
That's true. You just don't know.
No.
Also, Castle Rock has now been canceled after 2 seasons on Hulu. This is one I didn't watch, but Rochelle I know did.
I did, and I am sad because I am a Stephen King fan, and I enjoyed watching his books come to life. I mean, I have seen most movies out in the theater on the books, especially the books that I've read. And I think that where people would fall short, or the movies would fall short when they were taking his books to screen, is that he has an amazing mind, in my opinion, because I love creepy stuff.
Right.
So in order to put his mind, what was in the books, on screen, I think is really hard to do, and it takes a really good director, producer, whatever, to bring that to life. And I think some of them have been done, plus they're very long,
Right.
And I think that's kind of hard to do. So maybe that's why, maybe there just wasn't the interest.
Oh, that could be.
In his books, which is, I don't know, I find that a little bit hard to believe, but
Right. I was one who... I really never saw the movies that were in the theaters, but the ones that were miniseries on TV, for some reason I did watch those. So, I really enjoyed The Langoliers, if I'm saying that right.
Yes, that was
one.
good.
That was one I really did like.
Yes.
I did watch It, even though it creeped me out. I did enjoy the miniseries of that. And so I did see the newer version in theaters, but I did enjoy the original miniseries.
Pet Sematary was actually done pretty well. That was kind of scary. I did not see the new one.
Yeah,
but I did see parts of it. I did,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of odd to see parts. But you know how I am about my pets. I did that one. I just didn't want any bad pets coming back to life because there's no such thing as a bad pet. So
right.
I guess they were just devil pets. We don't know. But anyway, but the first one was good. Cujo, again, that's, no.
I did see that later, just when it was on TV, didn't like it. Just didn't like it in general. I also didn't like Needful Things. That was when I was like...
That was so odd.
It was very...
Again, the book was good. I enjoyed the book. The movie,
not
so
much.
Didn't bring it home for me. Yeah.
Now, I did enjoy The Stand, and there's a new Stand coming out next month in December.
Really?
So, I'll have to check that out. It's going to be on, for those who haven't heard about that, it's going to be on CBS All Access. I just know it has Whoopi Goldberg in it. It has Alexander Skarsgård from True Blood playing, I'm sorry, I forgot the character, but the one that was basically like the villain, the Satan in it. I forgot what he was supposed to be. The Man in Black. I forgot what the character was called.
Yes. Yeah.
So he's playing that. So yeah, I want to say it's December 13th. They'll hold me to that. But I just know it's in December. If you have CBS All Access, you can watch it.
Well, that I'm excited about that because I too love The Stand. I did read the book for years. The unabridged version I may add to that.
Huh.
And again, Stephen King is a master of words. You know, he it was over 1,000 pages.
Oh, well, I can see. I mean, the miniseries originally was like a week.
4 days or something.
Yeah, it was long, and it was 2-hour long episodes. So I was like,
Right.
yeah, I can imagine how big
Yes.
the book actually was.
A little bit of trivia for you.
Okay.
I was picked to be a dead person, an extra in that movie when they filmed here,
Oh, that's awesome.
but I had to work. So there went my film career down the drain.
Oh, if
You don't
only.
know where I could have gone
That's
with this
true.
dead thing.
You don't know.
But yeah, I sent in my headshot, and they called me to be a dead person.
And you're like, ah.
Yeah, that's my claim to
You
fame
couldn't
right
make
there.
it.
Yeah,
You're like, dang it.
I know. It was sad because I would have been there. I would have been laying on the road or wherever they wanted me to die, and I'd still be there.
Like, she has it. She has something. Let's get her out to Hollywood for more stuff.
We don't know what she's got, but she's got it.
Right? Also, Away on Netflix has now been canceled after 1 season.
Why is that?
Well, I heard that it was because it was just expensive to make, and so they just felt it wasn't worth it moving forward to keep it going. So
That is kind of disappointing because I did enjoy it.
I heard it had a pretty good closure to it. So hopefully,
Yeah, it ended on a good note.
and on a good note. So I haven't watched it yet. I was going to watch it, but now that I know that it had an okay ending, I probably will. So I hate starting something that I know ends badly or on a cliffhanger. So I'll have to check that one out. Movies that are out. So last week came Let Him Go with Kevin Costner and Diane Lane. This is one I do really want to see.
And it's out in theaters. So
Yes,
I'm
it's
really
actually out in
happy that they
theaters.
actually released this one in theaters.
I know. So definitely have to go see that one. And this week, Freaky with Vince Vaughn looks hilarious.
Oh, love Vince Vaughn.
So I would love to see that too. I probably won't go to the theater for it. I'll probably do the on demand for that, but it looks very funny. We haven't seen Vince Vaughn in a while. So
No.
it looks like a good one. I'm surprised they didn't try and release that one during Halloween or something, since
Yeah.
it is, you know, what it is with the switching bodies and a serial killer. I don't know, but I guess maybe they just didn't think about it in time. I don't know. Now for some movies. What we've been watching on what we've been watching this on streaming services this week. So I recently watched this movie on Netflix called The Lost Husband with Josh Duhamel. Was this so cute? Yes, it was very like Hallmarky, syrupy sweet, but I still enjoyed it. It had a good storyline.
And that's on Netflix.
Yes, it was a movie on Netflix.
Okay.
Also, I watched Holiday on Netflix. This is a cute rom-com, but it's sassy with Emma Roberts, and so basically she is going on dates, has just a guide just for dates throughout the whole year, each holiday, whether it be Easter, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. This gentleman she meets up with is just strictly for holidays, so her mom will give her a break. And it's just funny because, of course, you know, in the end, you know, they're going to fall for each other, but it was fine. We knew that was coming, but the way it came about.
So you're saying it was
all good.
predictable, is what you're saying.
Yes, but still, yes, coming to that conclusion was still a nice surprise. So in that way.
Well, you know, I think with what's going on in the world these days, a little bit of syrupy sweet and happy endings,
Right?
depending how you get that, is really what the doctor ordered. So I would love to watch that. It's a movie, right? It's
Yes,
not
it is a
series.
movie
Okay.
so please check that out. I think you'll enjoy it for this holiday season. And lastly, I also finished up this show called Hellstrom on Hulu. It's about a brother and sister who are the children of a serial killer who they don't name, but you pretty much get is supposed to be, you know, the devil. So they're basically just trying to catch up to him, kill him or capture him, and get him out of society because he's a wrecking ball. And their mom, unfortunately, was a little bit of collateral damage. She's like in a mental institution because something has possessed her.
Wow.
So it was just really, it was a good show on Hulu, 10 episodes. It had a good ending. I hope it comes back for a second season, but if it doesn't, it did have a good ending where you're okay with where it ended. So
Well, and I think one thing that we didn't do was our corks. So out of these 3 movies, what were your wine corks?
So for The Lost Husband, I would give that a 4 wine corks out of 5.
Oh, that's good.
For Holiday, I'd honestly give it 5 wine corks. It was pretty
All right.
enjoyable. I laughed. It was great. And for the Hellstrom TV show, I'd also give that 5 wine corks.
Wow, that's great.
It was a good watch.
Those are good. All right, well now let's over to me who like creepy, documentary, dark shows and movies. I started watching a really great movie on HBO called The Undoing. It's the creator, David E. Kelley of Big Little Lies. Okay. And it's, limited seasons. It's just, one and done. But it's with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. And it's actually based on a book, You Should Have Known. Oh. And really what that is the story focuses on a successful therapist, a great Grace Fraser, but it's really Fraser because I'm a Fraser. Her name is spelled the same way, and she says her name wrong. I'm not, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. And husband Jonathan, which is Hugh Grant, and he plays a doctor, and then they have a young son. They all seem to be leading this seemingly perfect life until it's not, and you knew that was coming. Right. So that's followed with a violent death, a missing spouse, and a husband Grace thought she knew. Oh. And a chain of terrible events. There's 3 episodes out so far, and they all do a great job of leaving you wanting more. So if I were to say, I think I need to wait because I want to binge this whole thing, that's probably what I would do because I've had a really hard time, waiting for it. The next one that I watched this week, and I actually heard from some friends who really wanted to watch it, was The Queen's Gambit. And what a great show. I mean, It's all about chess playing, but who knew that it could be, so enticing. It's a drama miniseries based on the novel by Walter Tevis. I think that's how you say it. Also by the same name, and it came out in 1983. Oh. The main character is played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Have you heard of her before?
I have.
Okay. She portrays a young girl who is sent to an orphanage at the age of 9. Obviously, she doesn't play the child, right, the 9-year-old, but it's after that, and due to her mother's untimely death. She develops this uncanny talent for playing chess, and then it begins with her in the basement of this orphanage playing with the janitor. Oh wow! Who would play by himself, and then she was really intrigued by what he was doing, so she'd sit down and play with him. Oh, okay. It's very sad. She shows up in this orphanage.
He was nice, right? He's not creepy.
No, he's not creepy at all.
Okay.
He's not, a father figure by any means.
Right.
But he is that guy that seems to want to help her. But anyway, she's an odd child. She's definitely an odd child, not one you want to just cuddle with. Wrap her up in your arms. But it begins with her unlikely journey to stardom while grappling with addiction based on what she's gone through. I highly recommend this show. I would say, so far, 5 corks for me. The Undoing, 5 corks for me. Again, so far, we're not sure. And then the last one, because I'm, that person who likes docuseries, I've been watching a show called Seduced, and it's on Stars, and it is India Oxenberg, Catherine Oxenberg's daughter, right? And you've heard kind of the story of them getting into this cult NXIVM, right? And the story really blew up earlier this year, and so anyway, it's inside the NXIVM cult, but what's interesting is there's been 2 docu-series done, one on HBO and one on Stars. The one on HBO comes at it from former NXIVM members that are maybe...
Wasn't there one on Netflix too? Sorry, just interject there.
Yeah.
Okay, so really there's been 3 then.
There's been 3.
Yeah.
these two are more comparable, I think.
Okay.
I haven't honestly watched the one on Netflix,
Oh,
but
okay.
but anyway, maybe I need to check that. But they actually talk from like the hierarchy of Nexium. And so these people came from that side of things. The one that India Oxenberg came from was actually her stories, and her abuse that took place, but also her culpability of it, because she moved up as well. She was this slave, and then she would have to, because everyone's heard that they were branded, then
Right.
she would have to brand her slaves. Oddest thing I've ever
Crazy.
heard.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you put the two together, The Vow and Seduced, The Vow from HBO is, because it's been told from different perspectives of different people, cult members. It's full of discriminating details and video, but it's very long. It's probably about 9 hours, as opposed
Oh, wow.
to Seduced, which is 4 episodes, which goes by very quickly. I felt that Seduced painted more of a damning picture of Keith Raniere, who is the cult's leader, who just got 120 years in jail.
Yay, well deserved.
And shocking and graphic accusations against him. So back to Keith Raniere. So we were kind of comparing the two, The Vow and Seduced. In my opinion, if you'd like to get perspectives from very different people, I would watch both of them, because I thought they were both fantastic. Again, I didn't watch the one on Netflix, but HBO and Starz, they're pretty cool.
Okay.
If you think it's cool, it's not cool, but I thought it was done very well.
Okay, I'll have to give it a. I haven't watched any
I
of them.
will
so.
say that after watching The Vow, yes, this guy's a scumbag. 120 years. I was like, huh? Why so long? Because they did hold things back based on who they were interviewing.
Right.
But then India comes along, and now you know why he got 120 years. He probably
gotcha.
should just be hung, in my opinion. But
we don't do that anymore.
again, if you watch both, then you get the full story. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been watching. And now on to a new topic. Trash TV. Woo! Who doesn't love some trash TV?
That is true. This is mainly going to be, reality TV is what we're talking about, not just TV that's bad. But
Okay, maybe TV, reality TV that you're embarrassed to say you watch.
There you go. Yes, that's true. What the Housewives is my main thing, and I'm honestly not embarrassed to say that I watched that. So right now I've been watching the Real Housewives of Orange County and the Real Housewives of Potomac. I will start to partake of the Real House of Salt Lake since that just started last night. But I have to watch what I recorded and see how it was. But I just enjoy them. I just think it's funny to see these, entitled women, like, and how they interact with each other.
And what they actually fight about.
Right? 'Cause sometimes it's stupid. And it's like, do you forget you're on TV sometimes of what they say? Because then they'll do play the tape back to us anyway. And it's like, you totally forgot you did that, didn't you?
It's how rich people fight.
Right? Yes. Yes, about silly things. I mean, on the Housewives, it was Shannon so up in arms because this other housewife, Bronwyn, had told the third housewife, Gina, that Shannon said that her house was small and depressing.
Oh,
And
that's
Shannon
enough.
had, she was freaking out. She's like, all I said was that it was small to you. I never call it depressing. How dare you go back to her and tell her that it was, sad and depressing. And she, Bronwyn was like, that's what you said. Maybe you don't remember it because you were drunk, which then, of course, was a whole other issue. Like, I was not drunk, And unfortunately, in that case, their conversation took place off camera, so we don't know if she actually said it. We can't, as viewers, can't verify that's what happened. But, but it was just funny. I mean, Shannon was seriously upset about that. So, yeah, those little silly tidbits. But then on the Potomac Housewives, you have two ladies who got in a knockdown, drag-out, hair-pulling fight. Ended up, honestly, doing charges one against the other. Like, one filed charges and the other countersued for those charges. So, I mean, real issues that, we actually saw in the news, like it happening. And both charges have now been dropped, in real time. So, but, it's
Oh
just.
my goodness.
And the fight was so dumb. But I think in one of their minds, it was like she was egging her on. Candace was just going and going and going, saying things. And she just snapped, and so she started pulling her hair, which she shouldn't have done.
Candace was egging her.
So Candace was egging Monique on, and then Monique went right in for the hair pulling. It was just like, I mean, my eyes got big. Like, what did she just do? And it was just like, all of a sudden the camera cut to black, and you just hear people like, get off, pull her off, da, da, da. And they're pulling them apart. Like producers had to come and pull them apart. And then, like, they have Candace escorted out and trying to hold Monique back. Monique's like, get off of me. Next thing you know, Monique's running out, like, the side door, seriously trying to run after the woman's car. I was just like, calm down. It's just like, so you knew it wasn't just about what she was talking to her about in the moment. This had been stuff building because she thinks Candace had spoke about her cheating on her husband, which she's like, I never did. And for her to be out there saying, I think that's what really was the catalyst. But in the moment, all Candace was talking about was how Monique wasn't like hospitable to her when they came over for a girls' weekend and blah blah blah. And so to me that wasn't enough where it went. So I knew it had to be other things anyway. So it's like you have silly like that on the OC and then serious on the Potomac side. So
wow, I can't wait for Beverly Hills Housewives. They don't do any of that, but they fight with them words.
Right. And Salt Lake is is based out of our home state, and so. That's why I'm interested to see how they interact with each other.
Yeah, and I'm not impressed at all from what I've seen so far because they really don't. In my opinion, I don't think that they represent Salt Lake. I mean, they're in Park City. First of all, they're not in Salt Lake. So anyway,
it does seem that from the trailer, but we'll have to see.
So we'll have
for
to
sure.
See. And then who doesn't love The Bachelorette?
Oh, that would be me.
Oh my gosh. Yes, as Chris Harrison always says, it's like you've never seen before on The Bachelor. He says that every year or every season. So anyway, but they do have 2 bachelors this season because Claire found the man of her dreams. Ooh. Another phrase that's used all the time.
Oh, of course.
At, these 20-something-year-olds because they know what their dreams are. And but she's the oldest bachelor. She's 39. And she found a 31-year-old beautiful man. Mm-hmm. I think he's great. But they just seem to connect. And so it didn't go beyond 3 weeks, 3 episodes. And she was like, I'm done. I found the guy that I want to marry. So, and apparently he felt the same. So now, she steps out. Take 2.
Right.
Tasia Adams, I do believe is her name. And she's beautiful. She's been on The Bachelor before, and then she was in Bachelor in Paradise. She's kind of the coveted one, and she is, very pretty. She is smart, mm-hmm. Intelligent, very well spoken, and the guys that are left were feeling pretty lucky to be there. So.
That's awesome. By chance, was she on like any of the same seasons as Claire on The Bachelor in Paradise?
No.
Oh, okay. So they never didn't know each other from that.
No.
Or anything. Okay. I was just wondering.
That I know of. I mean, I know they do all those weird things on the side where they have these meetups.
Right.
But
as far as being on the television show, it wasn't okay.
No. And the one little thing that they keep saying, because Claire and all her guys were in quarantine for 4 months. Right. So when they started, filming this thing, they had to shut it down.
Right.
So Claire got to kind of, scope out the guys on Facebook and everything. So they were thinking that they had a thing before, like somehow they met up with each other before. Mm-hmm. And she said 100% no, this never happened, but I was able to see these guys in their Facebook pages and profiles. And, what Dale would post was just always so, responsible, and he talked about his family and he lost his mother, mm-hmm. and Claire lost his father, so they had a lot in common. So like she said, I found love. Why go any further? So
that's true.
Anyway, but yeah, it's been exciting, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with Tasia because she's been one of my favorites for a long time. So Anyway,
That's awesome.
love trash TV.
Right?
I don't know if Bachelorette or Bachelor are considered trash TV, but if you talk to most people, they'd probably say yes. That's all right.
There's any, like, I don't know, trash TV or reality TV, just in general, that you guys out there have ever watched, let us know, like, through our Instagram or whatever, and we'd just be curious to know what other people are watching. Maybe we'll take a look at it ourselves.
That's right.
We'll
chat about it.
And now for my favorite part of our podcast, Trivia with Rochelle.
Yay!
Woo! So today we're going to do Sean Connery trivia, since he is a favorite of Rochelle's.
Oh, he is.
And he did just recently pass away this past weekend, so I thought this would be a good little mini tribute to him.
Yes.
So our first question is, in what movie did he first appear as James Bond?
Dr. No.
Yay. In this 1995 medieval film, Sean Connery played King Arthur.
Yes, he did. First Night.
Yes. The movie where he played Jason Mason alongside Nicolas Cage, helping with the hostage crisis in San Francisco.
That one was The Rock.
Yes, it was. In this late 90s caper film, he starred alongside Catherine Zeta-Jones as a notorious thief.
As a notorious thief?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
And she was supposed to capture him.
Is it The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? No. I don't know.
That was called Entrapment.
Oh, I did see that show too, and he was... yeah.
Because remember that she ended up liking him.
Yes, so did I. It's all coming back now.
Our last question is, what 2003 movie was the last one he appeared in before retiring? It featured a myriad of characters, including Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and the invisible Rodney Skinner and Dorian Gray.
It is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
You are correct.
I've
Woohoo!
only said that 3 times. I think I ought to get one of them right.
Right? Well, yay. So you got all of them except for one. That's pretty good.
Well, thanks so much for listening. We had a blast, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please comment or subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you.